Hey everyone, welcome back to Lovely Lavender Wishes. It's Renee. I hope you're having a very blessed day and staying warm. It's been crazy down here in Texas. It's like Armageddon is happening. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'll tell you all about it as we're crafting. So today we're going to be in Matthew. And actually Matthew chapter 25, the parable of the 10 virgins. And this is the parable where it says, at that time, the kingdom of heaven will be like the 10 virgins who took their lamps and went out to meet the groom. 5 of them were foolish and 5 were wise. When the foolish took their lamps, they didn't take oil with them. But the wise ones took oil in their flasks with their lamps. When the groom was delayed, they all became drowsy and fell asleep. In the middle of the night, there was a shout, "Here's the groom, come out and meet him." Then all the virgins got up and trimmed their lamps. The foolish ones said to the wise ones, "Give us some of your oil because our lamps are going out." And the wise ones answered, "No, there won't be enough for us and for you. Go instead to those who sell oil and buy some for yourselves." When they had gone to buy some, the groom arrived, and those who were ready went in with him to the wedding banquet, and the door was shut. Later, the rest of the virgins also came and said, "Master, Master, open up for us." And he replied, "Truly, I tell you, I don't know you. Therefore, be alert, because you don't know either the day or the hour." And y'all, excuse me. Oh my gosh. This is so relevant to this time right now because here in Texas, literally everything is shut down. All gas stations, grocery stores are wiped out. There's no power, water. A lot of phones are down. Today we got everything up this morning, so I'm able to tape. But it is literally, like I said, kind of like the apocalypse down here. There's lines out the door for Home Depot and things like that because everybody's pipes are bursting. I mean, it is crazy. People are running low on everything. And this is talking about being prepared, y'all. Being prepared. I mean, of course, this is talking about being prepared for the kingdom of God. We don't know when Jesus is going to come back, and we need to be ready and alert. But I'm taking it right now as being prepared for anything that happens in life. And so I just really wanted to kind of sit back today and dwell on this about being prepared. And I didn't really want to think too much today. So I saw this picture. I mean, whoever drew this, oh my gosh, kudos to them. It's beautiful. So I just printed it out and I drew the picture in here, and I'm going to just take some watercolor. And today all I'm going to do is try to imitate this in my own way, as close as I can. It's not going to be exact, but that's fine because I'm going to make it in my own style. But I'm going to do this picture. So just all it is today is just some pencil to draw your picture in, some watercolor, maybe a white pen and a black pen. So I got my watercolors here. These are my cheap little dollar watercolors. I've got my cup of water and I've got my watercolor brushes. And so today I'm going to pull my sleeves up and we are just going to kind of color and craft, and we can talk as we go. So yes, so y'all know what is going on here in Texas. So I'm going to do the dress with white and blue, like she's wearing a wedding dress. So this is going to be kind of white with a touch of blue. So yeah, this is kind of reminding me about everything that is going on in the world right now. So we've had some huge ice storms, and because we are not equipped in Texas for the freezing weather, lots of pipes are bursting. The power grids are going down. Phone lines are going down. So that's the issue, is the internet and phone lines are going down, so then nobody can contact each other. Power is going down, so people who have like maybe medical, like oxygen tanks or medical, those are the people that I'm really, concerned about. It's gas, all the gas places are shut down. There's only maybe 1 or 2 open that you can find, and then there's lines for those because people are trying to use their generators and what have you. People have been out of power and water since Sunday, and today's Thursday. Some people have. I mean, we've been blessed. Our power has gone in and out. Mostly our phone lines have gone down. Internet has gone down, things like that. Our pipes froze a little bit. We were out there with hair dryers, heating up our pipes, you know, trying to keep them going. So yeah, it's been quite the experience right now. So anyway, so this story is kind of reminding me that we need to be prepared. And we usually are. We always have at least a few months worth of food, gas, water available. I mean, living here in Texas with hurricanes, we kind of always just do that. We're not preppers, but we are prepared. And this has taught us like other things that we need to maybe, I don't know, stock up on for the future, I guess. But yeah, it's been a learning experience. It's been interesting, but that's kind of what this picture is reminding me of, is that you just never know. You never know what life's going to bring, and you need to be prepared. And we never know when God's going to come back, when Jesus is going to come back. So we need to be prepared. Okay, so right now I am just doing my first layer, and I'm doing some shading. I'm going to let this dry and then go back in with some other colors and such, and maybe some other layers. So we'll let that part dry. So there's her dress. Easy peasy. I'm going to do her hair, like maybe this color first. Can you all see the colors I'm grabbing? So I'm just going to go in with the light color first, and then I'll put highlights and such. I hear my son up. And my husband is here working at home because all the roads are closed. So if you hear noises in the background, it's everybody. Everybody's here because the roads are closed. Everything was ice. It was very, very dangerous. We were having like 100 car pileups, 15 car pileups. I mean, it was just, yeah, it was kind of crazy. So we were trying to stay off the roads as much as possible to let the ice just kind of melt and get out of there. Okay, let's see. Let's do this yellow for around her. So here's my picture that I'm kind of working off of, and I am just kind of imitating it, so I don't have to think. It's just one of those days. I don't want to think. I don't want to try to figure out what I'm going to do. So I really, really liked this picture, and it really kind of went with just everything we're going through right now about being prepared and not knowing the time or hour, and Jesus can come at any time, and we really do need to be prepared. And this is just like one of those real world examples showing us how fast things can change in an instant. And you know, people kept saying, oh, the weather, it's gonna get cold, and everyone's like, it's gonna get cold, you know. But I don't think they realized that the cold froze everything up, and all the power lines went down, and all the gas stations went down, and all the phone lines went down, and you know, that started waking everybody up, like, ooh, yeah, you know, look what can happen. So now I'm just going in with some of this orange, and I'm going to do again layers, and if it gets too dark, just go in with some water and just kind of swoosh it around. But you can do so much with watercolor very quickly. As you can see, you can, you know, add layers of color very quickly and make it look really, really cool and pretty. So, but I hope you all are doing well and staying warm. We're doing fine. You know, it's just a hassle when things go out. But like I said, we are prepared. We have the stuff we need. We've got wood and batteries and generators and water, and you know, fill up the tubs with water and stuff. Again, being in hurricane, you know, being in hurricane areas, you know, you just learn to do that. So let's see, I'm gonna go like this and have some yellow here. But yeah, if you're ever wondering what you should maybe stock up on, I would say I always have enough food to go about 6 months. We could stretch it a year if we needed to, but that's like, you know, making hardtack kind of thing. Okay, I'm trying to decide. Let's do some light blue out here first. So what I mean by hardtack is like if we needed to, we can get down to like just flour, water, and I'm gonna get a bigger brush. Flour, water, and some salt, you know, hardtack like they used to make in the olden days. Like if it got to that point and we needed to eat, I would probably have enough, you know, enough for a year but we would be eating hardtack. Maybe some pasta or something, like we could, you know, a few canned goods, but I think we have enough for about 6 months or so, comfortably to stretch it. We can, you know, and if we had to do it, stretch it for more than that, like I said, we can get desperate and hardtack and, you know, just that kind of stuff. And then after that, shoe leather, I guess. I don't know. Gosh, I shouldn't be joking about that because who knows. But, yeah. Okay, I'm going to do some purples here like she's got here. Ooh, it's so pretty. So pretty, y'all. I love it already. And then we don't even have any of the details in. So, yeah. I love this purple color. So yeah, okay, so batteries, you would need batteries, matches, and kind of like them, their oil for their lamps, we would need batteries, matches, maybe flashlights or lanterns, maybe wood, gas, some extra gas, if you have like anything that runs on gas. Okay, now let's do some dark blues here. Food, water, some medicine, bandages, things like that, just in case. Trying to think what all the stuff we have. Like I said, we're not preppers, but we like to be prepared. So, but just like these virgins here, you know, they didn't have enough oil for their lamps and they had to go out and buy oil. So yes, so my husband with broken pipes and all, everyone is getting broken pipes. So the lines around Home Depot and all those places are literally like hours wait out the door. The grocery stores down here are all depleted. Everyone has gone to the grocery store and literally wiped them out. Let's see, lines around, you know, like Home Depot type stores. Gas stations, same thing, except they don't have really any gas for anybody right now. Am I getting that under the... So yeah, so things like that you would want to be stocked up on, so you don't have to go out in this. Duct tape, masking tape, things like that, because duct tape, you can like fix anything with duct tape, pretty much. So y'all know, my family is a military family, so we figure out ways. Hang on one sec. Tor, can you do me a favor and shut Truett's door? Sorry, y'all. My son's being super loud and he's distracting me and I can't hear what I'm saying to y'all. So, thanks, he's being super loud. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna do some black or grays with this blue and get this dark in these corners. And then we'll have to dry this and I can go back in and do some more. Thanks, babe. Such a great husband. I don't want to get up and leave y'all. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's so pretty already. I love it. It's not going to look exactly like it, but hey, I don't want it to look, I want it to be my own. So, but I do love that I can just take this idea, kind of make it my own. Okay, so this part has some dark stuff over here. Okay. So yeah, this whole story is about being prepared. And I just love how the Word of God just always seems to relate to what I'm going through every time I read it. And right now, this is exactly what we're going through. And of course, this is talking about when Jesus comes back. So we do have to be prepared for that. Make sure your hearts are in the right spot and prepared for that. That one, batteries and food and water aren't going to do you any good, y'all, for when he comes back. That one, that's not going to help you. Okay, so I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to do the second layer. But look at that already. We've got in just, a few minutes. In just a few minutes, we've got most of the page, at least the initial color down. And it's better if you dry in between layers of your watercolor, because then you can layer them up, versus them, if they were wet, they would kind of smear together and turn into mud. So if you are using watercolors, kind of do it in layers. Pretty good for now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me make sure I'm on camera for y'all. I'm going to go back in with my small brush. Let's do this real small brush. And I'm going to go add in some more details. So I'm going to go into our dress and do the the little shadows and such. Give it some dimension. And this is the stuff I can do all day. Just keep going in and, whoop, a little too dark right there. Just keep going in and fooling with it. That look pretty, y'all? I think that looks so pretty. Just a couple swipes of the brush. And already you're seeing like the folds in her dress. And then we'll go in with a pen and highlight it even more. That was gonna be a little too dark, I think. And I love the thing with watercolors, just if it gets too dark, then you just go in with water and fix it. I mean, I want it to stay kind of, I mean, it's not gonna be white, but I can highlight. I'm gonna go in with my white pen and highlight some areas to make it look like a wedding dress. That it's white. Ooh, a little too dark there. Where's my, and then we go in and fix it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. No problem. I'm gonna make it dark and then just go in with some water. Oh, I love it. Love it already. Okay, now I gotta do her hair. So let's see. Let's get some brown. I'm just gonna go in with some streaks like this. Oh, let's see. hope that y'all have family that you can call if need be, or have neighbors that you can count on. The neighbors around here have been awesome. We've all been kind of like checking up on each other and seeing if anybody needs anything, you know, and that's when the true community comes out, I think. Situations like this, when, you know, people need something, or a pipe burst or something, and the neighbors all come out to help. One of our neighbors' pipes burst yesterday, and so all the neighbors were out there trying to help him turn off the water and get it all situated, and so that was really nice. Because if a pipe burst here and my husband was out of town, I would not know what to do with myself. So, and it was a very big blessing that he was in town for this, because usually he's traveling, as y'all know. So, yeah, it was very helpful that he was in town for this situation, because usually when things like this happen, he's out of town. Every time we have like a huge weather storm or hurricane or something, he's usually out of town. This time, not. So that was good. Okay, so there's her hair. Now let's do let's see. We need some like tannish brown. Maybe, I don't know what this one is. This one's been beat up a little. Let's see what this color this is. No, let's try this one. There we go. Let's do some orange too. I don't know if y'all can see. Just grabbing a little bit of orange here. And then I'm gonna make this little terracotta, I don't know, like a tan little oil holder. Let's see, we need to do a blue there. And we'll do a little bit of peach on her arms. Okay, now where's my medium brush? I'm gonna go back in now and do some darker oranges, maybe a little bit of red in certain areas here. Darken these up a little bit. But yeah, sometimes I love just doing this kind of work where I'm just kind of imitating a picture, because then I don't have to worry about like thinking. I can just do it and not think. Oh, I love that. I'm just swiping now, just swiping. Okay, we need some oranges over here. Yeah, that's kind of just fading out. I need to let that dry a little so I can go in and do some lines. Okay, let's see what else. Oop, that was a little too bright. We'll fade that out a little. I'm gonna do this orange. It's like an orangish yellow that I'm adding in. little darker orange here. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the outer part. We're going to darken this up. Okay, I'm going to get some of this purplish blue. And really start smearing this on a little bit. If you wanted to use the smooshing technique, you can use that as well. And I'm literally just smearing this on, y'all. I want to build up this color. And we want it to go down here. I'm gonna kind of have it where it's like fading in like that. Okay, this one I'm gonna need a smaller brush to go into here. So I need some black and some dark blue, and we're gonna get this dark. And fade it out. Okay, I gotta let that dry. I'm gonna have to go in with some orange right there to fix that a little bit. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna grab some black, some of the dark blue, and go in down here. Make this really dark. Let me grab my, I keep switching brushes, y'all, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm going with my big brush here for the bigger spots. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to dry that because it just keeps getting muddy. So I'm gonna dry this layer. And it's almost looking the same. What do you think? Getting there. Kind of the same. Of course, it's not going to look exactly the same, but I don't want it to look exactly the same. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more of this purple. Love this purple, so we're going to get that in here. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of purple and blue in here. And do a little bit more blue out here. And some of this blue. See, y'all, no rhyme or reason. I just keep adding more. Okay, there's a little orange out here. So let's get some orange. Like it's kind of fading out to here. Got a little bit of orange color. You know, the lanterns shine out. Okay, now I'm gonna take my small brush and fix this area up right here. We're gonna get the darker orange. Fade it in. I'm gonna grab the yellow and go in with the yellow. A little bit more yellow here. And do a few more really bright yellow spots. So we're gonna highlight this. Now, I'm not an expert at watercolor at all, but I do have fun with it, and I'm learning as I go. I'm learning, you know, different techniques to use and such. So, you know, maybe one day I'll be an expert. As of right now, nowhere near, but it's still fun to do. So if you kind of get intimidated by doing watercolors, I say just jump into it and just start playing with it and have fun with it, and you can see what you can do with it. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised what you can do and how it works for you. Okay, y'all, let's see. I think I just want to darken up these couple spots. Again, I really want this to get dark in some spots so it pops, kind of like, you know, the picture that I'm imitating. I think these dark spots make it really pop out of the page, so we're gonna kind of work on that a little bit. Again, just smearing it around. It'll work out. It all works out. Okay. Almost done, I think. We're gonna bring this part down. Get this a little bit darker. And then I'm gonna like kind of blend this in with water. That's how you can blend it in. The more water you have, the more you can blend it, and just kind of just keep going and blending it. And there we go. And I think, okay, I'm seeing a little bit more purple over here. Gotta add a little bit more and then we're done. So I'm gonna add this lighter purple and this darker purple. And we're gonna, oh yeah, we're gonna get some of this going over here. Couple purple spots that we need. Again, I'm not imitating this exactly. I'm kind of making it my own, but it'll look like it a little bit. Some of the purple even kind of blends in over here. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of red to make this pop a little bit too. Just a little bit deeper color. But this is how you can get dimension to your pages too. So just kind of go in with, you know, a base color and then just keep adding layers as you go, adding more colors as you go on top of each other. And I found that that's what helps gives the page dimension. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit up here. Okay, that'll be good. Then we'll go in with the pens and all that. Okay, so that's it for the watercolor. So let's dry that. It has to be completely dry before I can go in with the pen, because it'll clog up your pen and the pen won't work on it. But hopefully this page will help you think about being prepared. Is your heart ready for the Lord to come back? If not, what do you need to do? Are you prepared for any emergencies in life? For example, a freak ice storm, or a hurricane, or a tornado, or something. If not, what do you need to do? A big thing is, are you prepared for your death, for instance? For your if you have children, if you have them, you know, all the paperwork that you need for them, or for your spouse. That's another one. Not only is your heart right with God, but, you know, not only is your heart right with God, but do you have everything prepared for the loved ones that you leave behind? Because I know that is really hard for people when people die, and like paperwork and everything is just so chaotic and they don't know what to do. So a good way to help your loved ones is to have, let me find my pen I'm gonna use a Sharpie. We'll see if it'll go through. I did prep my page ahead of time, so maybe, hopefully it won't go through. But a big thing is making sure you have your will or whatever ready for the loved ones who you leave behind, because sometimes that is the worst. It's not only just having a death in the family, but having things not prepared. Okay, it doesn't look like it's going through. So I'm gonna kind of go in here and just with squiggly lines, and I'm not making this any, you know, like any perfect whatever. I'm just doing squiggly lines. We're gonna make her dress. I'm gonna kind of follow these little things, and I'm doing them very lightly. So yeah, there's lots of ways to be prepared. Let's see. Oh, nope, not going through. That's good. Usually Sharpies will go through, but since I prepped my page and I'm doing it on top of watercolor, it should be okay. And I'm doing them very lightly. Again, not following any rhyme or reason, just kind of following where my watercolor went and where I had a few of the squiggle lines already. And this is even getting my tip a little. If you have a pen that you can use over watercolor, that'd be great. I just use whatever I got. Put some lace on here, just briefly. I'm gonna see if I can clean off this tip a little bit. I don't know if that'll help. Oh, maybe not. Let me grab another one. think I have another one. Oh, do I? Yeah. We'll see how long this will last before it gets all. This one's really dark though. I don't know if I want super dark. I kind of like the lighter one. I'll switch between them both. Okay, and then we're just kind of so I'm just kind of going in and just giving dimension now. And defining it, I guess, would be the word with the pen. So you can see where everything's at. So pretty. Okay, now we're gonna just kind of do some swirlies here. Just in certain areas. Let's see. A lot of this is gonna be white, so. Okay, so some of this goes out here, some out there, some coming around here. I'm gonna put a couple here. Just really light ones. Look at that. Okay, now I'm gonna take this light one and do some, oops, not working at all. I might have to clean the tip off. Let me see. I forgot this one. Okay, so now I'm going to take my white pen. Hopefully this one will work. And we're gonna put highlights. Okay, let me get this started. Let me see if I can get this. Let me see. I've got white pens all over. Gotta find the one that works. There we go. So this one does not. So I'm gonna put some highlights in her hair. So this is a Signo pen. These have seemed to be the ones that work the best, but I've had a couple that I've had some issues with. Okay, now we're gonna go in her dress and do some highlights here because it's supposed to be a white wedding dress for the brides and the bridesmaids. If you have white paint, you can do white paint. You don't have to have a pen. You can go in with a brush and paint. And again, you can see I'm just doing squiggly lines. Just to give it a little bit of dimension and highlight and pretend that this is like tulle or a lot of lace hanging down. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I'm just making it look pretty. Okay, I'm gonna have her dress come out like this too a little bit. So it looks like there's like other flowy stuff hanging out. Okay, now we're gonna go in and let's see, where's my, There were some like little, just little squiggle lines here, kind of following the coloring, the watercolor. So now I'm just gonna follow and kind of like just do these little squiggle lines, kind of like how I did in her dress, like, you know, the little squiggle lines following where the color went. This just gives it, I don't know, I like this look. It's kind of like gives it like a line drawing look. Let's see. There we go. I think it just gives it something else. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the white, and we're gonna make the white circles, or the white like halo type looking things around this whole thing. Just little lines everywhere. Look at how like the white lines and the black lines add so much. I love it. Just some lines, y'all. Look, just some lines. Okay, let me turn this so it's like this. I'm just, as you can see, I'm just squiggling the lines in. Okay. Let's see, am I missing any spots? Let's put some here, a couple there. And now we're gonna do, like, in this picture, she has some lines coming out like that. So I'm gonna do the same. Follow these black lines and do some of my own. You can hear the garbage people. The garbage men are here. Which is the first time they've been here since this whole thing started a week ago. So I guess I can get out on the roads now. That's good. That is definitely good. Have this coming out. That. Oh, y'all, I'm loving this. Loving it. Look at that. Okay, it's not exact, and I'm not going to put in the big old star, but I am going to put in some white splatter. So let me grab my Neocolors. I'm going to grab my white crayon, if I can get it out. And then I'm going to get it wet. Get some white. Okay, that's not helpful. I just dropped a big drop there. Okay, let's get that off. Okay, let's get the more color you get on this, the better the white splatters will be. They'll show up more. There we go. There we go. I'm actually gonna go in with my brush and do a few big ones, bigger ones. Okay, and then few here. Come on. I need a little bit more water, but I don't want to get it too wet. There we go. It's a fine line between how much water you need and... Okay, there we go, I think. Let's do a couple little dots over here. Oh, might have to do it with my brush. Ooh, that was a little too wet. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Okay. There is our picture of one of our virgins who is prepared with oil in her lamp, and hopefully this will be a reminder to you all. Be prepared, make sure your heart is prepared and ready for when Jesus comes back, but also in our day-to-day life, be prepared for whatever event may come along in your life. So this is kind of reminding me about the situation I'm going through right now in Texas, but yeah, I love it. I love how it turned out. So let me pull this out, show y'all up close. Just some watercolor and some pen. There's the top. So we are in Matthew chapter 25, the first few verses of 25, the parable of the 10 virgins. So there y'all go. Thank you all so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.